Oops, sorry.
Okay, that's fine.
You see where the trunk flares out here, and you want to not bury this part of the trunk at all. It's really important to let the tree be able to breathe around that part of the trunk. Once you cover that up and bury it, the tree can't do that anymore and move nutrients around and such, so you kind of suffocate it. You can look at it that way. So we want to make sure that they're shallow enough that we're not burying the trunk, but certainly not too shallow.
What some other people can do is with the clippers, you got to clip the grafting off it, so you're going to lay the tree down and do that. So we'll come
and it's important to remember to do that before we put it in the hole, because once it's in the hole, it's much taller and it's very hard to get to the string. So got to get that off of there. Basically, we have the question the bag,
just the location
All right. So what we're going to do now, we'll have
if there's any that are broken, like this one here, we'll take the whole clippers and just clip off the broken. Clip them off as close to the stem. Each group will probably be about 6 or 7 trees. We're going to be breaking up into groups of like 5 or 6 people per group. They'll be sent with a piece of paper where they're located. We'll go in a vehicle and put them in, and then go to the next place, put them in, and eventually we'll get back to school. Alright, see how you can tell if it's the right depth. You want the shovel, if you lay it flat on the ground, to be right about parallel with that spot there. So we don't want to cover up any higher than right about here. So it looks pretty good right about there. And then one person has to kind of, at this point, well, we probably want to do a supervisor next.
Well, let's do, yeah, we can talk about it. We want to make sure that the trees are straight, too. So what we want to do is have you guys over here, and over here, look at the tree and see if it's straight on your side. Remember, it's got a little...
Can't mess that up, can you?
Sprinkle it around. It'll just help the tree get established. A little bit of the top.
They're right there.
Talking to her outside the phone.
Yeah.
Somebody should hold the tree while you're doing that.
Because now we've got it straight.
And then you can just push it back in.
Alright,
If there's a lot of air pockets underneath, you want to try and get the soil down in underneath the pockets. You don't want a lot of air pockets. If there's any grass or anything like that, you put that in upside down. Bury it down in deep.
I don't think you can. I don't think.
Yeah, you can start squeezing some in here.
And he's really good.
Push it down here.
I just have to look for a little bit of why it's good, and this is why, and this is who did this to me. And then once that's all done,
as we're doing this, make sure it's straight still. You want to keep asking people to check it out.
Does it look straight?
Yes, it does.
You're turning it.
Wait, am I turning
Don't move it, Kat. What are you doing?
I don't know what.
You're leading it. Stop leading it.
Looks a little bit, yeah. Looks like it's got to go this way just a little bit.
toward the
To the
left.
left, to the left.
Left.
Give it
Oh.
steady.
Okay, right here.
No. That was too far. You got to push it back.
There.
Right there.
All right.
Supervisors, you'll have pruners. Take the time to prune off any broken branches or anything like that at that time. And guys, all the sites should have a water source.
Everybody's got to get working.
Supervisors, make you work. They're not there to do the work, you guys are. Don't mulch up against the trunk of the tree. You want to spread it out. All these big bags that come off of the tree roots, just take all of the trash.
And the trees are so important, especially in a neighborhood like this that has had its share of down times. When you see the trees planted, community gardens comes in, and the people tend to take better care of their houses. They have more pride in their neighborhood, and that's what you want. I was telling a story recently where we had new policemen and they were looking to rent up here, and they want to know a good place to rent apartments. And I said the thing you look for is either trees planted or gardens planted on the boulevards, and that's where you want to be because people that live there take pride in their neighborhood. And essentially, this is what this does.
Yeah. And how many trees are being planted around the area?
I believe there's 17 today.
All right. Fantastic.
I may be wrong.
Who are all these kids here doing this?
These are all Troy High students that are interested in the agricultural part of the city and doing the job. We're working in conjunction with Amy Klein from Community Gardens. It's just a wonderful program. It gets them involved in the community. It gets them. It shows they have pride in the community. Every time they drive by, they see these trees. They're going to say, "I planted that tree."
Yeah, right.
When it's 20 foot tall, that's what they'll be saying.
Absolutely.
It's a terrific thing.
So it kind of ties the whole community together.
It does. It really does. I mean, you can see the gentleman that lives here. He was the one that put in the bid for it. He got a tree here, and I would like. I think the thing that as a city we could do better is to promote this a little more, so people would know that they have the opportunity to put in little bids for these trees and get them in front of their houses. I mean, there's nothing more attractive than a tree-lined street. And again, then it goes back to the whole fact that people will take care of them and they take pride.
So all they have to do is put in a bid, and then it's pretty much paid for.
Well, Community Gardens has so much money they put it in, and they asked the city for a match, and we matched it this year for $5,000.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
all right, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
This is interesting. See this right here? That's actually a scab and something rubbing on it. Which is what gets scared. And then see this one here? Marissa? And Marissa comes back. Go ahead and use that whole bag. We'll make it nice and thick. It will keep it away from the trunk of the tree.
Ones that have been planted, why you do this.
The volcano mulch tree, the most important part that brings up the water. And it also brings down nutrients to put them in the roots to make the roots grow.
I knew that it was in the area, but that's all. And I really thought it was on that side of the street. Yeah. I'm here, and this is the one that's the same forest.